Gentleman in the second row, if you could just wait while the microphone comes to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to speak. My name's George Hargreaves. I'm the director of the Isle of Man International Film Festival. So I'm going to ask you about the film industry. What are the government prepared to do to reignite what was a wonderful, wonderful film industry here? We've seen in the UK, it was just on the BBC yesterday, how the reintroduction of tax breaks has allowed studios to start to be rebuilt in the UK. The strike in America has meant that even Barbie was done in the UK. We can do movies here. What are the government prepared to do? Can we have our tax breaks back?
Well, thanks very much, George. I'm delighted that you're, helping film industry, media industry on the island. Listen, I mean, I think we've taken a very clear strategic direction in terms of our economic plans. I was with actually the chief executive officer from Lloyds Bank, the main group, who came to the island the other day, and one of the things he said to me and was complimentary about was the fact that we do have an economic strategy. Whether you agree with it or not, we have an economic strategy, and he was quite critical of the fact that areas around us perhaps are lacking in that vision. Part of that is 5,000 new jobs, and of course within that we need to make sure that we are, of course, building and developing our existing businesses, but developing new areas as well. And we have had, strong growth, or we're trying to facilitate strong growth in new areas. For example, in digital, and the digital agency is looking very closely at how digital is progressing and what new areas, and fintech, for example, and we're running a very innovative fintech competition. I think going directly to film, I think we've had that experience from an Isle of Man perspective. I think there was a lot of questions about cost-benefit analysis. I know it's a very good promotional activity. My view in terms of our positioning is that we would look at projects on an individual basis as they arrive, but we do not have a specific drive for the film industry as we were before, because I think we really do need to ensure that we are getting maximum value from that. The taxpayer is getting maximum value from the expenditure, and I think it's probably fair to say, that wasn't always clearly demonstrated, and you will know as well as I do that, that there's a lot of industry activity that yes, creates some economic activity around it, but doesn't necessarily demonstrate a return for the end product per se. So it is it's not always a transparent business when it comes to financial returns. And I think what we're doing in terms of the core areas that we're driving are the right areas. For this government, it is about developing the industry's financial services, insurance, digital, e-gaming, and of course around that we've got our localized industry, domestic economy, if you like, the visit agency, the tourism. But as I say, film is something, of course, we will talk to you about, but it is on an individual basis.
Is there a mechanism for that individual? Is there a mechanism?
Absolutely. We've got a fantastic team at the Department for Enterprise. They will talk to you absolutely about any project that is worthwhile to bring economic returns broadly to the island. And of course, we would look at the case on an individual basis.
I'll take another one from the floor. The gentleman, two in from the aisle. That's the one.